You said the president problem is the most When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they did Vietnam, they did Vietnam. When they did Vietnam, they did Vietnam. What kind of people this? What kind of people this? You freedom fighter, you pray freedom we need. Freedom fighter, you pray freedom children. Freedom fighter, you destroy our country. Ayo. So when I saw Darros Delo on Kerry Street, I said, oh, I saw Darros Delo, and when the office I couldn't see him, when the house I couldn't get it. So when I saw Darros Delo on Kerry Street, I said, oh, thank God. I've been wishing to see Darros Delo. Because one of the who can be for Darros Delo and ground Darros Delo in a very community when he came to Tinga Village. So I was so happy. It is my second time meeting him on Kerry Street. When I was about to graduate from UL, I met him. And he told me, oh, meet me to my office. But I went there several times. I was unfortunate to see him. But when I saw him on Kerry Street in a few days, I just regretted why I had to go around him. But he blasted at me, started who burned my house. Everybody told him our problems to him. So he talked, and what I remember telling him was, Papa, thank you. And in return, he told me, thank you, Mama. So I left. I saw Darros Delo, and when the office I couldn't see him, when the house I couldn't get it. So when I saw Darros Delo on Kerry Street, I said, oh, thank God. I've been wishing to see Darros Delo. Music. Aha.
Oh yes, indeed. What a great day. What a wonderful way. We'd like to welcome all of you folks to this Monday morning edition of the nation's premier breakfast platform, the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. After a very restful, eventful weekend, and it is good to be back behind this microphone to engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. Good morning to our friends, our followers. Good morning to those of you in the diaspora. It's always a good thing to have you join us for breakfast. And of course, as always, there are too many things to talk about, lots of things happening in the country. And this is where you get an analysis of those issues without fear nor favor. And that's why we are Freedom FM, People's Radio. Oh, yes, indeed. Coming to the close of the week. Last week, the president held another round of cabinet meeting. And so there were a lot that came out. We are told he blasted at some people. The press is clear. Disappointment in the management of the commerce and industry of our country. But look, Mr. President, I thought you were the very man that designated your vice president to work within 45 days to ensure that the prices on the market are reduced. How far is that? What is the status of that? Your vice president have not achieved that yet. You have also put him now in charge of negotiating the Putu Mountain due there in Grangida County. Oh my God. And they say the president defined what bread and butter means. But then when we go back to his time in opposition, he also defined what bread and butter means. And then we'll compare that with what his definition now about bread and butter is now that he is the man at the wheel. Right? He is the man at the wheel. How does Baka sees the bread and butter debate? It's interesting how people change when they are failing to deliver on the very things they promise.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters.
There's a situation of armed robbery where some 23 people
But when they keep their time,
are reportedly arrested within the custody of the Liberian National Police.
change their mind. What kind of people?
So all kinds of deadly weapons, machetes, single barrel, and all of that. It tells you the degree to which our society have grown unsafe,
Children,
and our people are being harassed
in our country.
daily.
Ayo,
No job. Times are hard. And young men are turning to a gangster just to survive. Armed robbery on the increase. This is the look of how Mr. Brakai is rescuing the country. Oh, yes, indeed. But this morning, our attention is drawn particularly to two very important matters.
When they were coming,
The first one begins with
but when they keep their time,
a deep look into
when they keep,
the land dispute
they change their mind.
or the land situation within the New Georgia area. I remember for several days, it was reported, even some of the victims were made to believe
Freedom fighter, UK,
that the soul of their pain and frustration was
in our country.
was Mr. Tony Lawa, commonly known as Abacha. And over 20 years of business, a man with over 20 years of business experience in the country. So yeah, too many things have been said, but he has begun engaging with the press already. And we have also tried in our weak way in an effort to ascertain the facts and circumstances around the eviction in New Georgia and other parts of the country. We will speak about that. And one interesting thing about the whole New Georgia thing and the rumor and everything that came out is the unraveling of a deep-seated social issue that underpinning some of the conspiracies and some of the propaganda around the actual issues involving the eviction of those from the New Georgia area. So we're going to tell you more. We're going to reveal a lot, and of course, because there's been a lot of confusion in understanding who are actually those behind the eviction there in the New Georgia area, as well as concerns are equally growing in some of the other evictions around the country, particularly Maneuver and its suburbs. And this morning we are going to be checking on the interim management team there at the Labrador Drugs Enforcement Agency. I believe you might have heard some way somehow about this suspicious $250,000 United States dollars that have gone unaccounted for. There are different debates. Some sources say the money is $250,000, but senior officials of the LDA have claimed that it is $150,000. And then leak reports, audio, and investigative findings also have it that there were several changes made to the situation report. At one point, a situation report was made for $100,000 as the declared amount that was confiscated, and then it got edited and redone. 150,000. And so all of these changes and all of that have drawn public attention, and of course other member element of the joint security they're responsible for borderline security at the Bowater port of entry. This matter began since the 18th of February and it's still dragging. Senior official of the LDA continue to wallow in confusion.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters.
On this matter this morning, take your time. We'll play you the voices, those in charge to fight drugs and curb the illicit entry of substances in our country in the web of the grand scheme of money laundering. When the actual figure cannot be stated clearly, and there are huge disputes which has brought to question the integrity of our DEA interim management team. And I hope they'll be listening this morning because it promises to be a very fascinating breakfast for you right here, the shape and size of the conversation. My name is Abu Sharif. We dig deeper to ensure that we bring you all of the issues right here on the big station, the People's Radio, Freedom 87.9. A buzz of our theme song, and once we come back, we go straight into the conversation right here on Freedom 87.9. This break.
When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they give their time, they teach their mind. When they give their time, they teach their mind. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people they so? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroying our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo, 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 ayo. It's about music. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the right authority. That it can't take your law. Crime stopper here for us. bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see a you must take it. I mean you cheche, you wait for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia is the official sponsor of the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. And so, yes, it's good to be back after a very restful weekend, folks. Let me also let you know that the war in the Middle East enters the second week. Just last week, Monday, we were here hoping and praying that the matter will have been resolved. And, you know, that the war will then return to normalcy, because we knew it very well that instability in that region or that part of the war was going to have dire consequences on the rest of the war. And we've already started seeing barrel of crude oil now has jumped to $112 per barrel, right? So we don't know if it continues this week. What's it going to go to and what that's going to mean? Last week, you saw the FPRC boastfully stated that there's going to be no increment in the price of petroleum on the Liberian market. And in no time, the following day, the bogus increase the thing. These liars, they're irresponsible guys who get in power. Yeah, I mean, it's just quite unfortunate, though. So the next moment, they call their own press conference and say, oh, the thing. So, petroleum mongo and, of course, politician Musa Belete has sounded a caveat that, look, there has to be some urgent level of national preparedness amid the Gulf tension, so that we don't wait and keep creating false hope, false impression until the thing calm down. The same thing happened in 2022. But unfortunately, Mr. Bwaka and the Unity Party folks politicized it, and they made it to look like George Weah was responsible for why prices, even though that period, prices jumped about 300%. Do you know what that means? We're not even there yet, though. We've already started feeling the scourge of this. So you can imagine. But anyway, so that is that. And then there's this debate about our chief imam, Kate, which we're going to talk more about tomorrow. But as it appears, the chief imam of the Republic of Liberia has somersaulted. He has backpedaled on his call for Islamic holiday. I don't know what's that going to mean to the rest of the Muslims in the country that believed in him and saw him as a true advocate and believed that genuinely he was pushing and was going to use his space, especially now that he has the ear of the president, like he said the other time. Going to use that as a means to achieve that relief for hundreds of thousands of our compatriots who love to have that freedom on E-Day to stay with their family and not worry about missing out on job schedule or interview or other formal, and bounding activities and all of that. So, but Imam says, now look, my henna is out. I was saying I think my more for in the whole, right business. And interestingly, do you know why the Imam have said that henna inside the whole advocacy anymore? Because the Imam was caught pens down in this whole rice distribution exercise. We come here, we told you, we respect everybody though, but our job say the right thing will be done now. It doesn't matter. So you always got to strive to be exemplary. So back then when the Imam was hammering the core and using every opportunity, state platform, to hammer the core for national recognition. And the Imam slapped in the face the rice gesture from the government then. Where when, the Ramadan is around, you see national actors, stakeholders, leaders, wheelers and movers distributing rice. He said, no, this is not about rice. This is about our right as citizens of the country to have the opportunity, to write, to holiday. And that for the most part drew a lot of followership. So, oh yeah, this man is bold, he man speak truth to power. In fact, in spite of the father, you know what I mean for people to be gifting you, and then at that point you speak truth, right? Well, boy, gifting him as leader. He said, no, your leader rice business, we ain't talking rice. What is rice? We're talking about right. But 2 years ago, the very same Imam, and in his own government, they made him one bull man to Freeport. The whole thing changed. So the population say, well, especially now, that in fact, the Imam is not only accepting rights or endorsing the distribution of rights and no longer talking about Eid holiday, but the Imam is seen vividly leading the charge of distribution. We are not saying wherein he is at his mosques and then officials of government and other come and deliver, parcel to him. No, this is the man on the truck joining the convoy of distributors from one mosque to the other. And Paul, like, this is baffling, How come the advocate against rice for right is now the lead distributor of rice? So when we flag it, we raise it genuinely to know why the Imam was actually doing that. He came out, he wrote long piece, which we don't have the time to read because our menu is loaded. Tomorrow we'll find time for it and go into the details. But it's actually indicative of the fact that he has somersaulted, he has backpedaled, say, look, no, this thing here, I think I'm more for inside ever since. And the reason why I think I'm more for inside, this, that's it. And the reason why you don't hear me talking about too much Islamic holiday business this time. Hey, Liberia, why Liberians are like this? It doesn't matter who, and why are we like this? For rest, bare business. Rest. For rest, bare business. Oh, head about spiritual leader. The man say, your whole right about holiday business, your leader to God. That me you're waiting for to tell about it in the government. Your leader to God. No way. I'm trying to just simplify and the whole Imam Krai statement. Imam Ali Krai. What? Westberg get power. Now you can understand why Liberia went to war for rice. And that there is people they don't want doing rice bidding that time. And the old opponent. So they bring the whole rest. Muslim people say they want holiday. The imam John the advocacy. They see this time. He say, oh yeah, I pose say, Mr. President, all day 500 Becquerel rest. Sir Joseph giving rest. Foucault giving rest. The other person, Vice President Taylor giving rest. We want rest. We want our right. You give a holiday. So for us, we want rest. Don't go nowhere, yo. The female, we see the man. Man pull the rail and shoot up. Say what the other masjid there. Say they'll go Benson Street. Then they got ELBC camera crew behind it. And you see the imam. Oh yeah, this other masjid. Oh but imam. Then the population is like, but imam, what happened? Inconsistency. Why? We saw you like this and you're like that. No. So what is going on here? But anyway, folks, this is our country. Let's make sure that we remain consistent with our voice and everything. But the imam say he has a reason why he is doing what he's doing now. And he doesn't have a problem with rest anymore. Let more rest come. Bring more rest. Bring more rice. Forget about the right Bennett. No, leave that one. Bring more rice. You're going to get more Chinese rest. Okay? The imam is there. All right? And what's big about that we can say? Imam, you won't be politician, be politician. It's your right, guaranteed by the Constitution. Imam, you contest, say A. You don't run somewhere in Grand Jida or somewhere, Imam say A. Imam, you NAMFO man, a founding member of NAMFO, a Joseph Boakai Auxiliary in 2017. We have pictures, we have report of NAMFO events, launching events, because so these things have got background, and all the people be like, oh, that imam, oh yeah, but I say imam can't do politics. Imam get right now, imam can do politics, and Rary can do politics too. But I don't know imam being politics, you be and so say imam, I think it ain't going well. Yeah. So, but yeah, that chief imam. Chief imam, assalamu alaikum. But let's move to other issues right here on freedom, the 7.9. And so, folks, okay. But just before we do that, quickly, Iran has named its new supreme leader, taking over from what many have termed a continuation, because the new man that's being put in the role is the assassinated supreme leader's son, and it is said that he's very close to the system, so he's not new in all of its entirety. So it's just like a continuation. Is popular with the structure and the deep state in Iran, so you understand the nuances. So what does they say to the declaration of the US president that he was going to play a role in who becomes the next leader in Iran? I think this is another slap in Mr. Trump's face. Let's see how Mr. Trump is going to reply to this news, this pronouncement, even though both the US and Israel has declared that whoever becomes the new supreme leader, that person is marked. They're going for them. They're going to take them down. So this is it. The war going to expand. We're seeing report about some missiles hit on Israel's largest airport, the biggest airport. This report that the Iranians strike that, I think, over the night or yesterday evening. And there have been several reports of Israeli strike in Tehran as well, right? So 4 hours ago, the U.S. has ordered its embassy staff member to leave Saudi Arabia as the war on Iran continues. So the war is not scaling down. In fact, it's just getting big and all of that. So, okay. let me see quickly. So New Georgia Junction. You all remember that day, right? It was on the 22nd of February when the people of New Georgia Junction area, Sapo, that is the that's the Sapo Ya area there, right? New Georgia Junction, Amo and Son, right? Where you have Amo and Son going to the pin factory, going behind. There's a daycare school behind there. Just forgetting the name, right? So everybody wake up to an eviction, and nobody could tell who is implementing the eviction. Where are they coming from? Nobody know. So as the day goes by, and of course, the eviction was effectuated the following day, and all of that. From the blue, the rumor went wild that Mr. Tony Lawal Abacha was behind the eviction, and that in fact he was laying claim to the entire stretch from New Georgia Junction all the way to Small C. Michael. And it became a whole thing. Everybody like, oh, how did one man? And then another rumor came that, oh, in fact, the man using 1D. Said the man has a property. I know the man has a property around the iron factory area there. So it is that same D that the man is using, evicting people. And so it went like that. The media did not have any kind of, on the spot verification of it, but it became wild. Victims were crying foul, and so everybody. But what's the source of this information? Who's peddling this? And how authentic is it? Until Mr. Lawal made an appearance at the court subsequently, and then judicial reporter decided to quiz him. And they quiz him on the matter. Said, no, I've got no dealing with whatever that's going on. In fact, I have some childhood friends there. I have a lady there who I assisted, help secure loan to build and establish the very business that's been demolished. So how can I be the same one to go and demolish the very business I helped to put together? Then one of my friend Amos is a friend for more than 20 years. How? If I have an issue as a businessman, my approach has been negotiation. Folks, as media people, we have a duty to inform you, right? To replace misinformation with accurate, verified facts. And our quest is not to target anybody or not to go after people because of their name or what have you. No, we are not that. So that is the reason why, no matter who you are, once the matter happens, and of course the matter is against best practice and standard, we'll talk about it. So Mr. Lawal said those things, but we were not convinced. We said no. We want to be sure because Mr. Lawal, there are too many instances where your name have been mentioned. He said, my brother, these things are peddled by enemies. These things are peddled by people who feel they have some degree of control over the media and some individuals. So whenever there's a situation, right, they use my name to cover the actual people. I say, but then you've been sitting down all the while and this thing has been going on. He said, no, I've been making some efforts and scratch to a point where I feel like I'm being blackmailed and this is dangerous. I live in a community with the people, and then you are lying to them that I am responsible for their eviction, their demolition, when the facts actually is that I am not. I have my name, my business, nobody related to me is on an eviction notice or eviction order. So how then you carry the news that I'm the one? I said, but do you have idea on anybody that would just decide to use your name, or is it that because you're popular and all of that? Or you get nothing absolutely to do with this? You say, my brother, that whole Nigeria thing, I don't have anything to do with it. I say, really? Say, yes. Say, I was in station. I say, but I have to be convinced. We have to see the document. If in fact we're there, a group of media folks were going to interact with him. So we have to be convinced because people are crying and nobody know who get it land from the blue jacket. Is you carry bulldozer, police, everybody, you moving the people, and without any notice served and all of that. These things are unacceptable. You want to tell how? We're not saying, oh, if you want to quote, you want it, but the people are saying you did not even serve them notice, court notice to say, oh, this, or the whole process. They're not aware of anything, and then you go say, but I am not the one who did it. And that's how he took out the thing. You understand? Then the question became, if it is not you, who then? Then he shared with us the action of ejectment from the court, the writ of possession that was issued to whomever that are gone there to evict the people in New Jersey. New Jersey people, you're listening, so that this is going to be an opportunity to help you to know who actually laying claim to your land, so that when you all want to go to court, you all know who to go to court with, or whatever you want to do, you do with them. Nobody deserves to be wrongfully accused, and then while the actual perpetrator is lying down somewhere, and then they're instituting mayhem on the people, and this is unacceptable. But we'll get to the point where we know the big hands that are behind it. The facts will come out gradually. Now, so this is Judicial Branch, Republic of Liberia, Civil Law Court for Montserrado County, sitting in its December term, AD 2025. Before His Honor Peter W. Benewele, assigned Sacred Judge. This is J. Chuse Morris, by and through His Anthony. Okay, this is not a little clear. And Fast Robert Morris and Andrea Morris of Montserrado County, Liberia, plaintiff. So these are the plaintiffs. These are the people who went to the court for a writ of possession. And the action they filed for versus Amos Dawinye, that Amos and Son, the guy who running the entertainment center there. They get Moba, Beer, Mavat, and others of Montserrado County, Liberia. So this Morris guy, Chuse Morris, is the person J. Chuse Morris, by and through his legal attorney, are the one who actually executed the eviction on that 5th February 21st, right, in New Georgia. So on the ejection, the action of ejectment, you have Amos Dawiye, Moba Bien, Mavet, and others. I mean, all the other property that was affected, defendant. But now, these defendants don't even know themselves that they were defendant in a case, according to what they've said. But now, this plaintiff sought a writ of possession to, right, to the civil law court. And then what happened? Happened on that fateful day. Let me read. Say rate of possession, Republic of Liberia to the sheriff, Montserrado County, Republic of Liberia, or his deputy. Greetings. You are hereby ordered to put the plaintiff in the above captioned course of action in complete and unrestricted possession of his property or properties lying and situated Gardnersville, Montserrado County, Republic of Liberia, with the aid of a licensed and qualified land surveyor according to title instruction in keeping with the metes and bounds of the plaintiff's deed. And then you have that here, the metes and bound is all here. So let's see. Commencing from the southeastern corner of 1 acre of land, 70 plus 66, and running turns on magnetic bearing north 20 degree east, 264 feet, turns running north 20 degree west, 165 feet, turns running south 20 degree west, 132 feet, parallel with a proposed 30-foot street, turns running south 70 degree east, 82.5 feet, parallel with a parcel of land on parcel of land nearby Canet. Turns running south 20 degree west, 132 feet, parallel, right? So that is the entire description of the land. So said plaintiff in the above caption course of action are entitled to the above land as described, mentioned property by virtue of the court's ruling dated the 21st day of August, right, AD 2025. The 21st day of August. So the ruling was done on the 25th and the 21st of August 2025 under the signature of his owner Sikaji Sketch Polo Aro Domba, a signed sacred George 6th Judicial Circuit Civil Law Court Annex sitting in its June terms AD 2025. You are further commanded to oust, evict, and eject the above named defendant from the subject property in keeping with law, thereby placing the above named plaintiff in possession of the said property subject of these proceedings. You are further commanded to make your official returns, on the back of the rate of possession as to the manner and form of its service immediately upon executing this order. Have you there and then this rate of possession given under my hand and seal of the court this 20th day of February AD 2026, Alfred D. Morris, clerk of court. The court seal. So, New Georgia people, you're here. So, no Abacha name here, no Tuni Lawa, nor any of his companies, nor any of his associates. So, this is to clarify that, contrary to initial media reports, that it was Mr. Tuni Lawa or Abacha behind the land grab in New Georgia, it is now made clear that those claims were false, misleading, and of course, driven by a whole lot of different personal disagreement with individual who sought to use his name to create tension and put him against the public. You understand? It's important. So then, why are the actual land grabber hiding their identity behind other individuals? What is the motive behind that? If you are the one going to take people's property, why now you show yourself that, oh, I am the one going to take people's property, instead of falsely accusing other people and misleading the public and the media, right, to believing a story that's untrue? Because when these reporters gather over there to cover, and they're looking for all of the relevant piece to substantiate, but nobody can give it. All you hear is, oh, Abacha is the one. So who is this Morris? Where is he coming from? Who is this Chuse Morris, and where is he coming from to lay claim to all these properties? Are the questions that people continue to ask. But from the perspective of Mr. Lawal, he said that, look, gentlemen from the media, it is absolutely ridiculous for me as a God-fearing man to come here and, in fact, how is it even possible? How is the public even falling for this? We say, oh, my man, things can happen. So a lot of things can go on. That I would take my property that I got in Iron Factory, and then I'll go to the court. I'll use that deed, and they will take that deed and go and claim all the land in Gardensville when those lands are owned by several reputable, notable personalities along the Gardensville end there. That each of them will sit down, that my one will just go ahead. So, fellow Liberians, again, the clarity as it is being made, because we need to get to the bottom of how this thing happened. So now we have to find Mr. Chuse Morris to tell us how a ruling in 2025, August 21, in a matter where none of the defendants, according to what they've said so far, none of them were made in the know, were served any kind of court invitation, and what have you. And then you come overnight, while even serving notice, you move on their properties, break it down using naked power, ignoring the procedures as required, using whatever means available to you. Because the court will give you the paper now. The court say, okay, you finish. Then you go back to the court. You say, oh, yeah, my ruling here since August 2025. I want to have possession of my land. Then the court assign you the sheriff. They say, oh, y'all go and survey the land. But these surveys come with a procedure. That's what the court said, an assigned licensed surveyor. And for that assigned licensed surveyor to carry out survey, they need to notify property owners that on this XYZ date, we are coming to survey this land, blah, 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 give all of the description, let this claim your, right? But such wasn't done. And the best way to bypass the one is to say, Tuni Lawal, Abacha, and then you take the whole public mind one side, and then you execute the process. So this is also going to say that when these evictions are going on, right, apparently for whatever reason, people who normally use names to distract the public attention while the actual land grabbers are behind the scene and achieving the objectives of breaking the people's homes, rendering them homeless. Look at the other lady whose business was broken down. Amos has been over there for rack of ages. I can remember way back our attending Julius Memorial on the New Georgia Estate Road. Julius Memorial Institute. For those of you New Jersey folks, yes, I did my elementary school there. We used to be walking. We'll come from JJ, we'll pass to go Julius. We'll pass in the morning. Soon in the morning, we'll pass and we'll see the Barbarian and they'll hang over. And they'll be all over that place. That's more than how many years? That's more than 10, 15 to 20 years. Right? 15 to 20 years ago. Then Amos and Son. You break it down. Right? Now. So how did Tony Lawal get in the fray? So I said, Tony, but what is the issue? He said, particularly with the New Jersey land issue, my suspicion is that, or not even suspicion, but Monserrato County Senator is behind it. Say, who the Monserrato County Senator? Folks, we're getting there. Monserrato County Senator Sir Joseph. That very man that won't be president. And Sir Joseph is an old resident of New Georgia. Or probably he's still a resident. In fact, his church is there in the Gulf area there. There's a Baptist church that he attends in the area there. So he's a New Georgia guy. I said, oh, but how? Sir Joseph? Say, yeah. I said, but how now? How Sir Joseph will deliberately decide to just get you in the mix of all of these things? What is going on? Sir Joseph has interest in the land. He said, I can say, right? That is for you all to investigate or know. Because if I'm sitting here by my business and you decide to use my name in a matter, right? So Nigeria people, you gotta listen. Who is actually trying to grab the land there and they use Abacha name? So I say, but what happened with you and Sir Joseph? Let me say, bro, since 2023, you're listening to this thing because leaders, and anything that has to do with land, and I like the senior land authority guy that spoke at the legislature the other day when he said that this thing has the propensity to drag us into civil crisis or some sort of unrest. And I agree with him, right? So if people try to take their personal issues and bring it and try using land business, it's dangerous. What happened over there that day could have spiraled into something only for us to come and start hearing that kind of story here. Then we say, oh, but why all the people die? A lady hand got broken, or leg or hand, right? Got broken. And everybody like, oh, the Nigerian man, he come, he clean me, blah, blah, blah. And that even added to the anguish. Even though it's been wrongfully applied. So the danger there is the nefarious attempt by elements to introduce a situation that could ignite chaos and embarrass the reputation and business of an individual who has been here and have got no connection to whatever happened. Is misleading, irresponsible, and it must be condemned. That's the point. And for a certain senator, a man opting to be president of the country, to be in any way associated or connected to this is despicable. Right? We do not know. And that's why he will have to come out to tell us what sort of connection or issues you have with Walla Tuni or the land there or the whole situation that happened that got your name placated around all of these things in the conversation and all that. So Mr. Lawal said, since 2023, the senator and I have been a good friend, but then a situation happened, right? It's personal, it's private, but ever since that time, this man, our relationship and interaction, he has always tried to ruffle me in some corner, in some area, and stuff like that. Said, well, what do you mean by that one again? What really happened? So like I said, the reason you're hearing his knee around 18 years is that a big man in the government tried to get at him because of a situation that happened between the both of them in 2023. So what is that situation? That money been it? That power been it? That woman been it? And that property been it? That what is the situation? Remember too, there's a whole land issue in Johnsonville. But that will come to another day. So in 2023, according to Mr. Law, he had met a young lady, a friend, at one of the hotel in Monrovia. I got to know this person and then became friends. But then it turned out that Senator Sir Joseph is a friend to that young lady. Without calling name right now, until when challenges start to come in, and call him. So when Sir Joseph realized that Tony was friend with that lady in person, and then he became outraged. I got engaged Tony. Say, but Tony, what are you doing with that girl? Don't you know that my girl? That's my girl. I brought a girl from America. I chatted the girl, so to speak now. I chatted the girl from America and brought to Liberia here. Then the girl you flirting with. Say, no, Senator, Honorable, I ain't got nothing to do with her. She's just my friend, blah, blah. No, but I didn't even know she's your friend. She did not tell me that. I ain't understand. So it became his words versus the other man's word. But whatever the case, you know now when the man finish spending money, you know what I mean? To chat out with tell them from America, bring it, come put it, then somebody you consider your picking, you get power. And you know. So since 2023, the matter remained unresolved. And Tony believes that bitterness fueled whatever conspiracy to tie him to the situation in New Jersey and the Garnerville land issues, right? In many ways to get at him. That he believes strongly is responsible for this. And he's particular that the senator is the one behind this. Then I say, but well, so lives were going to be lost in that play because of girlfriend business, not even wife. Property people lose it. But then, as the situation was escalating, people were going to get killed. That because one man fed, he bring girlfriend from America, another man take the girlfriend. What the man taking now, the man not taking, nobody knows. Then it became an issue where people's lives are put at risk, people's property are put at risk in a personality competition over social variable. And then one man's name is brought up. And the other man say, why are you doing this to me? Because of this, because of that. Then I'm saying, why are we going through all of this? And the people who are supposed to be our leaders, supposed to help resolve these matters, are at the center of these compound, complex narratives that does not even give us a clue as to why lives are being put at risk daily and properties are being demolished, families are being rendered homeless, hopeless, right? To realizing this. So for all those in the Gardnersville area there that have all their different plans and stuff, blah, 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 because the man has alarmed that threats and other things have been directed towards him. His investment, his business, his properties. So this is what we're able to unpack around the whole New Georgia land dispute. And we're not going to stop only at the New Georgia own. And we're still going beyond. Tomorrow we'll come with part 2, which will provide further more details, because there has to be some degree, as you're thinking, just as I am equally thinking, of direct connection to the action, and then where you will decide to want to use somebody else, right, to cover up. And then when that person's name is there, you secure the land and then you take possession of it. Public making the noise. So like I said, no, I'm not going to remain quiet on this because this thing here, since 2023, I thought we went over 2023, 24, 25, 26, 3 years later, and then my life, my business, my family, my workers' life are all at risk and put in danger because somebody can get away with bitterness, a girlfriend bitterness. Fellow Liberians, this is where we are. When we play the video of the lady who got that injury to her leg, and you go this morning, you sit down, you look at the woman full, and then you ask the woman why, who actually came here to claim your land. They don't know. Say, oh, we hear say that the Nigerian man China. So this is what I'm going to read, and then I'll take a few calls and then move to our DA conversation. Businessman Tony Lawal clarifies his innocence and rejects involvement in the demolition of properties on the New Georgia Junction Sapoya land dispute or ownership. Tony Lawal, a businessman residing in Gainesville, distanced himself from the eviction of the New Georgia Junction Sapoya land demolition, which took place on the 22nd of February 2026, speaking to a team of journalists at the grounds of the judiciary in Central Monrovia. Mr. Lawal, a businessman for more than 20 years in Liberia, told the media that he is in no way connected to the land issue case that saw his good friend Amos Rowland and other people gotten evicted by the demolition of the homes and businesses in that area. Mr. Lawal told the media that he is a God-fearing man who believes in respecting people's dignity and privacy. He has helped many people who were in disputes with others claiming their properties and wanting to take them forcefully. Say he has been a man in that Ghana there. Some people issue like land matter, people come to him, he go in, help, renegotiate, right? With the people, pay for some, help some people secure settlement. Say he can be the one to go in to demolish people. Say even if it was he's a businessman. If I am the one involved, I will seek to negotiate, right? And rebuy and pay people instead of bringing machines in the instant case where people have businesses and valuables on the property. Say, but besides, I've got no connection with the one in question. So why should my name be wrapped around it? Why should I be used as a scapegoat? So the evil intention that people have, they must reveal it themselves and use their faces instead of using my name. So this point to a very simple truth. This point to a very simple fact that there is a deeper devilish undertone behind these wave of property jack and eviction and demolitions in the town that Liberians need to sit down to uncover. Who are those behind it? Who are the beneficiaries? The unverified report that there are very powerful elements within the United Party government who themselves cannot go right now and make purchases. So they always use individuals to go and claim huge property. And then in return, because they have the connection to the court, they have the authority over the court, or just the authority over the court, but they have the connection to the court. And then they will secure these things. They have the connection with the police. and they'll get the police to go there with gun, and they'll move the poor people. They'll leave the people in destitution, agony. They'll be crying all on the street, sleeping with their children, unprotected. The heartlessness in these evictions are so unthinkable, but then the deliberate neglect from the government speaks to the fact that these allegations should have some basis. Because if these things were not happening at the acquiescence of very powerful element within the government, there will be a concerted, responsible government intervention in these things to ensure that they are done amicably and that the safety and protection of our people are guaranteed and secure. But why are we not seeing that in any of the instances? Because obviously and most likely there are very powerful elements associated with these land grabs. That they will grab the lands now, and in the future they'll come and act like they're building units on it, or they're making purchase from the very people faces they're using to claim these lands, whereby they are the actual people behind the land grab. They are the actual people behind the land grab. But they will send a face there and they give all of the power and backing. That person will go and forcefully and evict the people, demolish the people whom. And then after some time, these elements and powerful figure within the government will concoct a scheme or present a picture as if to say they are now going to buy from the new owner, the self-proclaimed owner, whereby they will actually be taking possession of the properties. And then you're doing that, then you're using people's names. You're using other people's names and faces. Similar situation with the Satan land stuff up to now. The same thing with the Catholic Junction area. And they say they got new owner. So what is going on? So let's hear from New Georgia people and other people affected by these things, interested in understanding why now too many land grab, too many illegal demolitions, and of course fraudulent acquisition of court orders to remove people under shady clouds and atmosphere. Why now these things have become so prevalent in a time where the government should be working to empower and capacitate its citizens, but thousands and thousands are being rendered homeless under unexplained circumstances. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104. So if you have other issues with Mr. Lawa, you can find time to address those one. But in the matter of New Georgia, Lawa say he ain't inside. He don't know anything about it. And I just read for you the court paper. For those of you that said in the era you didn't see no court paper, you've heard the names, you've getting to know the personalities behind it, and some of the other extended stories and what have you, as to why Lawa name even came up in the matter. This is unfair, and this should not be happening. Let the actual faces come, and let the people get engaged with you who are trying to claim the land. That is the best way to go about it. Let's take calls on this, and then we move to something else. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, about the land issue.
Mm-hmm.
I take Liberian history. When the free slave came, they never came with money, and they didn't come with education. How did these people possess land? How? So this land issue, there should be an eminence to me by the government. Let the government take control of this whole thing, because people are just lying. was clean. They want to land. You were from the tribe of people, but not from an individual. And those days they had kings. The kings were not even on the land. We have president today. President Baka is not even on the land. So the government has to say eminent domain. That's my
Okay, government should take eminent domain. Hello, good morning. But the confusion is, on new people here coming, they're taking land. People don't know who taking it. Then you see other people's names. Good morning.
Morning, my dear.
Morning.
Okay, I don't know if we're going to eat this that, but this land, we need a serious land reform. That's my own suggestion, But the government is not looking that way. Serious confusion coming here. Let me simply pull it. Serious confusion coming here. If you would take a decision that will affect thousands of people, when I community taken to the court, they won't just, at least I have one or two questions, just get order to go and move the people. You give a quarter change, my brother. Thank you, man. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, 0776 104 104 0776 104 104 0500 104. The numbers to call. We're getting some breaking news about gas prices. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Luna, and I call from Ghana State.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for really educating us. Because I myself, when I came, I saw that people told me that I said, why would the mess be so wicked? I said, why can't you negotiate with these business people? I said, so I was telling her, so thank you for bringing to our attention and acknowledging us about what happened.
Yeah, so you're saying you are meant to believe that Abacha, all the odds kind of deceive everybody.
Surely, I really believe that it was it because I am factory again, they were measuring the iron factory land and people calling me. Thank you that you have given that clarification.
Okay.
But what I would say, the government has to take, action. They have to put immediate attention to what is happening. John Brown, we just can't say from here to people are only. All that 30 years, they have been law. That's why water, natural resources for government. Because that time president could stay and say from here to marshal is something, nobody will ask you, no land commission. But now that president has gone, and since that time, maybe we're talking about modern days that people going to court, people going to after surveying land, government bureaucracy. Then you survey land that you know that it is being secure. And you put the key, everything. Then somebody say, see again, this is not a land. Apart from that, I think land authorities should know which lands are vacant and which one is not vacant.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, Abu.
Morning.
Morning, my son Abu. PHS calling from PHP Community, man.
Morning, man. Go ahead.
Abu, yes, the next name is this. I happen to New Joy. I want to believe that Sir Joseph is true that he is in their law. Woman, they say they put a woman today. I may get that's the way, wicked men. They supposed to be homeless that are very wicked men. They are there for grateful. They may say a lot of people again. They came and say with their friend. They say, they my dear, brought for a bro. I thought of please so I brought again. That you won't get woman. That you won't get woman in a world. Somebody woman you take that for America, you bring it. Then you got to say that your business making you demolish a poor home and you are homeless for day. What you should be wicked at that? When you went to the girl problem, you can't go face it to it. But to make everybody to be homeless for day, you will get a shot on the step. That's what I just said, man. Thank you for having me, my son.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
I'm Pastor Emmanuel Kupaka from Financial Precisely.
Go ahead, Pastor.
The lady just left the lunch and make a selling point. You got the meat into the hook that you detail. Don't go to the guy got him in it, the senator, and he pretends. So people need to know that based upon their link in government, how can you be so negative minded and take such a carry decision in terms of woman business? As a whole sitting senator to destroy people property. Look at what happened to that place that they didn't think that she would have died. So I don't know that kind of act. That is the document you read about the people names on the deed that is placed there, you have to take that back to the court. So what they need to do directly, so it can be for them and the demons and son.
That's
So
correct.
if they don't get a name, they got a name.
Thank you, Pastor. Thank you, Pastor Kobo. Who's in Carol? Let's hear you. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Eric.
Go ahead.
Yes, and let me extend good morning greetings to your followers. This is Kewu. I call from the community of the National Transit Authority. About this issue of lane crisis, the rising lane crisis in our country, is far beyond politics and, let's say, political or loyalty. Look, 2016, 2017, there is a property in my community, right, that comprises of a school, a clinic, right, and a church. Were broken down, instruction from the court. About these things is not a specific government, right? Because there is a law on the book, right? And the Supreme Court, right, the judicial system is the problem for some of those different land crises. Look, if those land issues or the law are not visited,
that is Supreme Court can carry a yellow machine to the plate.
No, but in all fairness, when the
because
law
all day you won't find blame to pull it. You say 2016, now you ain't party or in power.
Fair enough to me. I would have been fair enough, right? The lower court will hear some of these land cases, and if it is not comfortable, right, with any of the complainants, right, they take a flight to the Supreme Court. The final arbiter of justice in our country is the Supreme Court.
Okay, all right, thank you very much. You made a point. And let the gave someone a small job to NTA because some money you can just join, you go NTA. I will ask a minute, but you left baking and they pulled tire your baking the funds on you. But I'll ask a minute, so what kind of way to get you there?
No issue. So
you mechanic man or you conductor on the car? But yeah, they are looking for conductors on the refurbished buses they brought. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, brother.
Morning, sir.
I'm Otis Barkley. I do join you from South community.
Go ahead, Otis.
Yeah, you see, what is happening in Liberia is very, very bad and going the wrong way. And the government is in power. They're even thinking about the citizens and their well-being. They're thinking of rescue. So is that how you are rescuing the people, damaging people's property, making people homeless? Is that how you think to rescue? They are doing this. Just what you are saying, brother Abu. There are top people in the government that are doing that, but they are putting other people in the front view.
Yeah, but that one, Mr. Lawa is saying, Mr. Lawa say, I ain't got nothing to do with your putting the thing they do now. They put my knees. I ain't got nothing to do with it. And then we see the document, the man Nina on it. So, but any small thing, they call the man name. Any small thing, Lawa, any small thing.
What are they doing? That big people, brother Abu, the people is very doing bad in this country. And they will be doing it, they will go to a community where the Liberian people will stand against them. And they will not do anything because you just say you kill 10,000 Liberians. Look at the other woman saying that she don't want the whole of New Georgia office. That one person will own that whole land. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Okay, thank you very much. 3 more minutes and then we can transition. Good morning. Good morning. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah?
You get me?
Yeah.
Okay, I was considering a call this morning because the writing was on the wall. This government, at the inception coming to power, you saw them running in opposition. And that shows very disingenuous people. So this government will not do anything better than any other government. Because they're running after people that you think, you see that demolished at Detroit Junction, the guy who had that building, that club. Do you know that guy is a physician? He went to CDC during the 2023 election. He went there, he lost the primary.
Okay.
But he decided to go after independence. So the people run after every citizen that they think that they have to us. Well, they're not doing this us. But at the end, come 2029, we go to the ballot box.
Okay. 2029 0776. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hello, go ahead.
This is Shaq calling.
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah, little land business, some understanding this thing. Government have to do some investigation to land and mine and ACA.
because they are the people that are creating this problem to the Liberian people. Maybe when they come from one outside, when they enter here, they can go to Lenzema or Aka. They buy dead people land. And the people want to not play. They are the ones who want to be investigated. If they not so the land business will cause chaos in this country.
Yeah, but the problem now that we all seeing now, the mean people that can do it, they can hide themselves, then they call other people need inside. So the problem will be going after that person.
Yeah, but this is why now we need thorough investigation. The government has to take stand now for their people. Because if they not have this so some area they will go and claim it will cause chaos in this country. Because I will not be on my land maybe for 20 or 25 years you sitting up there, or for 80 to today, nobody coming for that land, then you just come from behind me or you say they left for you. I will not sit there and look at it. So that means they have to check the Aka people, because they're the ones that buy their people land and give it to people. You see?
Okay, check the Aka people. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning to the people of Liberia. This is someone I was calling on district number 2, Monserrat County.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Abu, we got to take the land issue very serious, because the evil people, I can assure every landowner in this country, do not show your deed to land surveyor or people who will come pretending to you as friends. The guy agent all in the very community, trust me, the information I'm giving you, a precise and concise French message, right? The people taking, there's a specific number on your deed. Deed are number. When they take that number, go and buy the in the court. So all the people doing that
give me an expert opinion.
is precise, and the thing is doing the in the know every legal document that they get it from the court. The people got an agent in the court, they got an agent on the fee. So when our people do got property that they bought legitimate, that got document, do not show your land deed to anybody. Now when they go after people, they bad thing is to claim property. They could give a precise man, Abu. Just me, on this. All the things that you take you buy land, 40 years, I can smile live on some land, 40, 50 years, then you come out the next day for every day for me. It makes sense? So I take it very serious. Don't show your documents to anybody. It feels that I carry the court.
Okay.
Thank you for the opportunity, my brother.
Thank you very much. So, folks, that's exactly what it is. We got to get to the bottom of these things and make sure that the right people, come out clear and let the Liberian people know you. That you the one taking their land. Don't go use your friend because you're a woman been in between your blah blah and then Sonny. Then you just spoiling the man name, damaging the man and connecting the man to something that he has no connection to. Liberian people want to know who are those trying to claim their land. Whether they're using naked power, they're using financial inducement, and what other means. Because land are very sacred. In some society, land are cultural. It starts to the people. Because on that land that you live, that you do everything. So it is not just a land because it's a land. People are connected to it. They invested within those places. So they want to be sure. The mere fact that you're hiding your identity and you're fermenting chaos in people's life under these kinds of shitty arrangements is troubling. It's revealing. So tomorrow we're going to be here talking more about other parts of Gatineausville that Tony has also been accused of. Because our thing is like, Mr. La, there are too many places. Like one of the callers said, Iron Factory, blah, blah, blah. Right? The entire area, where does Tony own? The other places that probably somebody is trying to evict you and all of that, but they're using his name, it's important that you also know it. That somebody will not bring yellow machine to your hall, come break your hall down, then say, oh, that Abacha, Tony, then he pie around and say this. These things are important because we're noticing that it's becoming a pattern. Just imagine who ever believed that this was going to be the outcome from that New Georgia thing. So what was anybody trying to achieve out of that? Folks, we'll be here tomorrow. So let's take this break, go to the LDE and see how they're managing our job. This is the fourth team, right? Should be the fourth team, right? At the LDE since Bouaka became president. In 2 years, we'll find out what is going on. 250,000 United States. That's a lot of money. Where is the money?
There are crimes in many places. In every community, you know, you can see. So if you see crime, you will report it. Don't take law in your hand for the right authority. That it can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us. Bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor. If you see a you must talk it. I mean you cheche. Do well for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper, Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay, Crime Stopper Liberia. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back to the final lap of the conversation right here on Freedom 87.9. And so, just before we go into our conversation, let's inform you that that the government of Liberia has just said to the managing director of the Liberia Petroleum Refinery Authority, Mr. Amos Toure. So the Liberian government warns that fuel prices may go up because of the war in the Middle East. That's not true. You can't come back and tell all that one. It's not possible. One way in the Middle East, why of you? The government says you're going to bring fuel in this country, and that there was never going to be shortage on the market, and that they were building their own storage tank. So what happened to those ones? Oh, so I feel what you're brought in the country, you won't steal it now. Yeah. Then they're hitch on the Middle East war business. Where down there? That's why you won't hitch on. And you ain't gonna know why you're playing Sonny and say, but let's take advantage and steal. You know, bunch of rogues. That's what they want to do. This thing not true. We don't agree. The country buys most of its fuel from the Middle East. And the conflict is making oil prices rise globally. What is the record to show that we can buy our fuel from the Middle East? So that jump because war somewhere. Say everybody putting a more, in the Middle East, and so you join and say, oh, we can buy all along. You tell all that one. Who tell you say we get special? It was said to buy our fuel, our oil, our petroleum. This thing here, it has not reached a point where Liberia will get inside. But you see the government people trying to force Liberia to pull Liberia inside now. That's stealing thing they're trying to design. They play in reach here. right? A stealing thing. There's still other sources available. And you understand? Liberal supply doesn't only come from the Middle East through the Strait of Hormuz. No, American supply and other countries. Then you join Kulu. So Amos Tour, head of Liberia Petroleum Refining Company, says Liberia should be prepared for higher fuel price. I thought you promised that you're not going to up fuel price up. That Jowea then pull fuel price up. And you can be taking the gallon and picture. Your propagandists be making fun. So, Liberian people say, oh yeah, that's true. Liberian CC government know how to manage it. Can you say your Bay refinery? Amos, what happened to the refinery? I thought it was for some of these shock to absorb these things. And you're telling us now that you're coming still and you're lying on the Middle East, way down there. The government doesn't control oil. Well, Liberia Rescue finally confessed. 2022 Rescue said the government are responsible for the fuel shortage. That we ain't know how to govern. We ain't know how to lead. But Rescue confessed now that government of Liberia doesn't control oil prices. How can 2022 government of Liberia was responsible for oil prices or fuel prices? But 2026, they seem more that told us and made us believe that government responsible saying that government can control fuel prices. So prices here will follow global trend. Well, Liberia involved in what? Even in Morocco, gas now, yeah, Ali will understand Morocco because they involved before the war. Gas was the pump price was $2 some cents, right? Right now it's going to $3.45, right? Stand to be correct on the figure, but in 1 week plus, but $1 and change has been added. So where Amos Toy coming from? Even the possible price hike. Oh, the man say price could even be hike. There's no sign of fuel shortage in Liberia. The government says fuel will be available. The Middle East conflict has pushed up global oil prices. We bring crude at 79.98 and West Texas crude at 72. Right? So you don't care how price up. Liberia get nothing to do. You think of your own communication said bringing all the things and prices down. Right? That Asian country then start feeling the heat. In the Asian country, they're buying the thing for 100 and change. Borrowed. So we are out here not inside it. Then you jump you want upper or now, so the extra money will be paying. You're in the importer there and the distributor will go into Kuhuna, you'll take that money and put it somewhere. We're not rich here. Ourselves following the trend. When it happens, fellow like when the government, when they add it up, and that business, they don't want to get the power to do it, but we'll tell you, say, this addition is justified or this one is not justified. We are not there yet. Anything that they're trying to do now is a scheme to steal. But let's go. And I can kind of everything I can tell something about the thing. I tell you, even in America, I tell you the price going up there, and, in Asia and other places. So what Liberia got to do? Don't they? You say this that. Chad day before yesterday, he issued press statement that, oh yeah, saying the truth. Now, another thing is the LACC has been under severe attack from elements within the Unity Party. And we've always said that, look, we're running a country here. We're not running a party state. But it seems like we're running a party state. Mr. Bwaka allowed his partisans the leverage to condescend on public institutions and make it appear like, it is their property. And they would disparage the reputation of those integrity bodies simply because, remember, the over 400 to 700 employees at the Ministry of State that were laid off by Cornelius Kwea-Tokpa on grounds that McGill and others were involved with payroll padding and corruption in the process. The GSC went there and did investigation and found the very Cornelius Kwea-Tokpa and Sylvester Grisby culpable of the same allegations they levied on their predecessor or decessors. Subsequently, Cornelius Kwea-Tokpa ran, and then she got someone a document and said, "Oh, LCC clear her of any wrongdoing." So the investigation into McGill and other people who've been going on. They see LCC came out and say, "Oh, we've not found." Let me read exactly. Say, upon thorough examination of the facts and available evidence, it has been determined that there is no probable cause to pursue legal criminal proceedings against the said individual, company, or company. Accordingly, no charges have been filed and the case has been closed. UP men get first. But you see, LCC close Cornelius they get first. Say why? So because you lied during the campaign, you brought other people down. And you still believe that your lie must be made truth. Even if nothing exists to establish your lies and propaganda as a fact. And you blackmail people, decent Liberian citizens who are helpful to their country and their kinsmen. You blackmail them. And you believe that void of the facts, your perception must substitute for the facts. And if that does not happen, you get outraged. But anyway, that tells you exactly what we have on our hands. A divisive, narcissist regime filled with bigots and extremists. That's exactly what we have. So, listen to Donald Trump. Donald Trump says the rising oil prices resulting from the conflict with Iran are very small price to pay. So don't panic. A very small price to pay. It's okay. We can go ahead. We can pay that for global safety and peace. Predicting prices will fall once the nuclear threat is eliminated. Okay, Mr. President of the great United States of America, we hear you, Papa. We the hear him. Okay, let's go to our conversation. We have dossier of recordings, reports, and issues from the LDE. And the major question we keep asking ourselves and want to ask in this open manner is who actually took custody of the disputed, so I can say 150,000, another say 250,000. Who took custody of the black bag of undisclosed US dollars from a drug arrest in Bowater, sir? An arrest was made on a Toyota bus in Bowater, sir, where a discovery of a black bear containing huge sum of US dollar now lost in Boaka government. They think government are looking for money, bring back our money, bring that the government money just losing you. DA people are all losing money. Now, documents and audios recording in our possession have raised serious questions about the manner and form in which this money in question was handled. The money was reportedly seized at the Bold port of entry. And then, interestingly, when the money was seized, high-profile DEA officials left from Monrovia in an unusual and unprecedented manner. They moved in and collected the black bag and came to Monrovia without disclosing any detail about the money, whether at $10, at $5, at $20, and blah, 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 until days later. So this controversy and this debate is centered around this arrest of a Toyota boss, red, white, and blue collar boss that was entering Liberia on the 19th of February through the border post. And then, according to the very conflicting accounts, as soon as the boss entered, right, LDA people arrested the boss. When they carried the boss to go inspect the boss, we'll play the recording. When they carried the boss to go inspect and pull the thing down, the operators insisted they weren't opening the door. In fact, the bus driver and one of the agents were quarreling over that. And then out of the sudden, and they say the bus driver lost. In fact, he ran away. Can you imagine? I want you to listen to this story very keenly. Out of a sudden, that very bus driver lost. And then when the bus driver lost, the only person they can get hold of, that the apprentice, the cowboy. So then, according to the story, they forced the cowboy to open the bus. So the cowboy opened the back. When he opened the back, they saw cartoons and bags of tramadol and other stuff. Up to 48 bags of tramadol, and what have you. So the agent that was inspecting moved to the front of the bus. When he lifted the seat, he saw the first bag, that laptop inside. Then he lifted the seat, the second bag, laptop. The third bag, he saw money. But according to his account, he opened it small. He saw money, but he could not determine whether they were US or LD. So he signaled one guy who is from, the LRA and another DEA, right, person, to call the OPS. So according to him, when the OPS came, that's how he handed the bag, of which he has not determined the currency. He handed the bag just like that in his narrative to the OPS. And the OPS left. The OPS too, according to other officers there and members of the joint security, make no disclosure of money to the others, but there were full disclosure of the drugs. So then the intent, why? All of these things were arrested on board. So why you ain't decline the other one, but you decline this other one? And then why in the mix of that, they 702 or 703, Patrick Comazor drove to the place along with other officers, the commander and some other high ranking. They escorted the drugs to Monrovia headquarters. And then when they came to Monrovia, the commander then called the SA to prepare a situation report. Because now you're reporting the thing to DEA, but you got to get a situation report on the drugs. So the guy wrote the report. Now when he wrote the report, he told the guy to include in the situation report that 100,000 was also arrested along with the drugs, deciding to conceal some portion of the. So when the guy did it and sent it, then it's like they didn't come to full agreement with that. Then he called the man again and said, no, do another one, do it 150,000. So the man did a second and sent it back. So is that second, I think they kind of agree with now among themselves, and then they hold on to. Resting on the fact that the driver escaped. The driver was the one who brought the consignment. So the driver ran away. So it will be hard to say exactly how much there. It is the driver that's supposed to tell us how much there. So what we will declare is what we saw. So unless you can bring another thing. And that's how they said, according to the explanation. So a man in Guinea associated to the goose called in or by whatever means to say that he had money. No, sorry. It's a young man, Boubacar Jallo, the 18-year-old young man, who's being held as suspect. The 18-year-old young man said that his uncle gave him the money from Guinea to bring it. And then they are claiming that the money is $250,000. The NSS commander there, and who is also the head of the joint security, all of them recording here, and also alluded and stated that the money is $250. But the central office now in Monrovia is insisting that the money is $150,000 and that they already pull it in CBL while they're investigating since the 19th of February. They say they're investigating. So why the banner $100,000? So talking to sources from LDA, they're insisting that the only way they will agree that $250,000 until the driver comes. So they're searching for the driver. And they reach out to the car owner. The car owner is one Mr. Bangura, right? So the car owner say that he driver. So the LDA post say, we ask the car owner, say, get a picture of your driver. So he say he get a picture for the man. The whole thing explanation, you're looking tango. So as soon as the man say, he didn't get paid when I say, leave the man. Say, okay. But the guy who called from Guinea now, what effort you're making to get a man who the begin say that your uncle that send the money? Say the man say he coming to Labrador. We call the man say he coming to Labrador. Then what happened? And we leave here waiting. But the money to central bank. So the public and other people in the joint security and the very DEA say no, it's not clear. Say that $250,000. About $100,000 what here? Now let me read this report. I say the controversy stems from the arrest of Boubacar Jallo, an 18-year-old Guinean national apprehended on February 19, 2026 at the Bowatersa border crossing. Authorities say they discovered 519 packs and 19 scripts of tramadol, right? Tapitadol/tramadol, concealed in a Toyota minibus bearing registration number BA6936. According to the initial situation report, officers also found a black bag containing US $150,000 placed on the front seat of the vehicle. However, internal recordings and testimonies reviewed by this paper suggest discrepancies in the chain of custody for the seized cash. Discrepancies in the chain of custody for this seized cash. Discrepancy, what that means, the accounts are varying. This other person who handle it says one thing, and then the next hand it goes to call another figure, and then the final hand it lend in says another thing. Then the people who get the money post say that $250,000 was the money that we're bringing. Remember, it is a case of a money laundering because this money is supposed to pass through the financial system. In contrast, Deputy Commander Chokon Jackson is said to have confirmed in a separate account that he received only the narcotics from the arresting team, raising questions about who ultimately took possession of the cash. Chokon Jackson, who is the deputy commander, right, said in his account that he received only the narcotics. So why the arresting team decided to deliver only the narcotics to the deputy commander? The matter is further complicated by allegations that official documentation related to the arrest was altered multiple times. The official documents, when arrests are made, they make statement, they take account. But then the evidence shows that very official document was changed several times. So then how are we going to believe the ultimate outcome of that author and doctor report that have changed faces from different angles? But DEA leadership, Colonel Ernest Tappe, Patrick Comanzo, and what's the other man? The big guy, the 700, need to tell us, but they are saying that we should all agree and accept the 150,000 narrative, even though investigative report from the very DEA is revealing conflicting and inconsistent accounts. A special assistant within the agency reportedly admitted to reversing the situation report on 3 separate occasions under instruction from senior officials, including Grand Cayman County Commander Abdullahi F. Kurman. This is the same Abdullahi F. Kurman that seized that Dongafle Bay drugs. That time, you remember, up to now, well, we get no clarity on. So the Abdullahi F. Kurman Mena and other senior officials of the LDA in Monrovia called the special assistant and instructed him. He changed the situational report about 3 times. One morning report, did the first one, no, change it, put the other number there. No, move the other number, put the other number. No, move the one, put the other one. Additional testimonies reportedly involve officials from the Liberia Immigration Service. The local LIS commander is said to have confirmed information relating to an alleged 250,000 connected to the case. So the LIS man, who is chairman of the joint security at the border crossing, say he on a report he get says that 250,000 in connection with this case. Patrick Comanzo, acting deputy director for operations at the LDA, reportedly arrived at the scene, right? Late night. In fact, Comanzo went there in the night, around 10 p.m. He received the funds from the LDA operation chief and the county commander, according to leaked accounts, including documents and audio, which is in our possession. An official from the Liberia Revenue Authority also reportedly weighed in on the matter, outlining the standard procedures that should accompany such seizures, including proper documentation, interagency coordination, and transparent accountability. But in this instant case, that did not happen. Rather, what happened was the deputy for operation at the LDA drove from Monrovia 10 p.m. in the night when it took possession of the money from the county commander and the operation man, without following the procedure in proper documentation, interagency coordination, and the transparent and open accountability of the funds. When contacted for comments, I'm going to leave that. So now, let me leave that one and go to the meat. Right? Okay. LDA people supposed to be fighting drugs. Now, so we have these statements here. We have these statements. We have two of the statements. So the first one read, on Thursday, February 19, 2025, at approximately 6 o'clock p.m., during our routine search of the border at the waterside port of entry, a male suspect, Bubakar Jallo, age 18 years, resident of Carwell, a Fulaba tribe, and a Guinea national, was arrested with 519 packs plus 19 scripts of tramadol concealed in a blue, red, and white color Toyota minibus with registration plate number BA 6936. The monetary value of the substance is USD $72,348,000. $348.22, or its equivalent to LD $13,022,500 LD. Meanwhile, the arrest was made after we received intelligence that there is a huge quantity of tramadol in prepared to be crossed through the Bow Waterside port of entry on an unspecified day and unknown car. Based upon receiving the intelligence, we intensify our routine search on all vehicles crossing the border since then, which led to the arrest of suspect Bubakar Jallo. Prior to the search, the driver escaped, leaving his assistant driver. The driver escaped. How did the driver escape? Folks, when you listen to the recording, the rest of the driver brought the mail. But Tando, in fact, they inquire or opening the car, then they say the driver escaped. So, based upon receiving the intelligence, blah, 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 Bubakar Jallo, the driver escaped, leaving the assistant driver who's identified. The assistant driver now is also identified as Bubakar Jallo. So there are two Bubakar Jallo in the whole report now. One Bubakar Jallo, that the 18-year-old that they say that is suspect. Then the other Bubakar Jallo, that the assistant driver, the carbon. Right? Now, so the Bubakar Jallo has been turned over for investigation, blah, 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 blah. Then in the second situation report, the line that's added in the second situation report is what I will say here. So meanwhile, during the search, the sum of 100,000 United States dollars was found in a black color backpack. In the third situation report, meanwhile, during the search, the sum of 150,000. The first situation report mentioned no money. The second one mentioned 100,000. Then the third one mentioned 150,000. Now, there's a receipt from the CBL of 150,000 deposited with the CBL. Let's now come to the recordings. The first testimony of the LDA officer who did the arrest and turned over the drugs and money bag over to Moses Jala. Moses Jala is the OPS. And you understand? So the officer who did the arrest and the search turned the money and the bag over to the OPS. In the testimony of the LDA Deputy Commander Chokon Jackson receiving the drugs from the OPS Jala. Then the testimony of Special Assistant acting under the instruction of Commander, the County Commander, and the OPS, Kuma and Jackson, right? Which he did 3 times. The ones I just read for you. Then we have the testimony from the LRS Commander confirming a report of alleged 250,000. Understand? Then the LRA collector who came and said, but the procedure here, normally when these kinds of things happen, it go through the chain, we take record, blah, blah, blah. If it reaches a certain threshold, Government tax, we the LRA people will take government tax from there, blah, 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 and what's supposed, and then they go. Now, I need to listen keenly as we begin playing the voices right here on the Freedom Money Rise on Freedom 87.9. Who actually took the money? LDA. What is the actual figure? Let's hear from the first testimony. Let's hear from the first testimony.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Felicia Kiyengbe from the Bo LTEA. We are here in Bo Wolosa investigating the missing money. Here taking the witness stand is
James Blackie.
James Blackie. The time is 5:13 to be exact. Please explain what you do.
Agent James Blackie from the Drug Enforcement Agency. Larry Tall states at the house. So we have for 6. We came the cross box. Most of the cars and the car from Sierra Leone South we work at John Security. So most of the cars and the car as we work on it, I had a different. So closing out the bowler, the boss enter him, normally work along with customs. So when the boss they come out the program and declare no goods before the inspection team go there and do their work. While we were working on one boss, of course some officers said that they should open the box for him to see Isa. So the argument between him and the trials, what we're doing the honor work along with the honor custom officers. So when we finished, we came to the boss. I decided to force it so the boss to be open so we do our work. In the process, they said the trial 9 rounds. Now we went, we had to get the cardboard. We brought the cardboard, force it, and the cardboard opened the trunk, opened the first plastic. I came across the traumers. I opened the third plastic, that was traumers. I opened the cartoon, that was traumers. Everything that was in the plastic, in the box, that was also traumers. Yeah. My boss man, I left in there while I was in search of the boss. We were checking the boss, my police and myself. I had one, went to the driver's seat, then he sit down. I borrowed the first bag, I completed what he said, the second bag, he said completed. I borrowed the third bag, I opened it small. Now money, if I couldn't tell if I reached up on money while I was in the US, no. I remained right there in the presence of my police, US Backer, and markups. The other guys in my ramps. I remained right there.
Thank God security people listening.
Jory and Marcos say, please call me OPS. Yes, and the guards, what they call Braga, he worked with MH Arrow. Marco officer, our intelligence, he worked with the drug enforcement agencies. Other people were in ramps. I decided to call and I said, please call me OPS. When OPS came, I was standing right to the boss do more. I don't think I was step in the presence of my body and I turned the bell to my boss. I couldn't tell the
so the OPS intend the bell water na jala.
Only so started and running. I so we get the bell to my boss. Guess what? For every two.
So, Mr. Blackie, you said you wouldn't notice something at table around it, but you can't tell whether it was, but you noticed it was money, but you couldn't know whether it was Liberty, US, or whatever currency. Okay. You said who all were present?
Barcats was there, Marco was there, even Jory was there.
I learned from one of your officers that there was recording going on. When you discover the money, but is it true that the whole search was recorded?
The whole search, for me, actually, all people have a phone, they were doing recording. Because normally, working on car on my phone with me, the taking off the traffic, I always spoil the stream on my phone. So because of that, anytime I'm working on car, I always give my phones to my police. So, yeah. And I think when I'm working on the real cars, the doctor also noticed that no cars are complained. So Well, I'm doing my work so long. I've been putting my phone in the office here. Give it down to the radio. Everything I will bring in the office. I keep my transfer my radio. Every one of the RC cars. Now I'm radio on my phone. Phone every one of the RC cars except.
Okay, so let hold on there because the other one really, but he's already established. He was the one who did the research, discovered the bag of money, and according to him, he turned the money over to the OPS Jala, right? What happened from there?
This is the Professional Standard Division, the office of the PRPS. We are here located in Krekemakande, Bowalasa to be precise, to conduct an investigation into ethical conduct exhibited by some officers of the LTA.
On ethical conduct.
The Deputy Commander.
The Professional Standard said, terminate as that on ethical conduct.
Account of what actually he observed in the entire arrest procedure at Bowalasa.
I'm Trevor Jackson, Deputy Commander, LTA, Waterside. On the 19th of February, I was situated in the office, in the officers, part of the operation team that do search outwork vehicle camps. We're doing a normal routine. And when they realized that a bus came in red, blue, and white, had a lot of tramadol on it, I sat in my office, and the arresting officer came in the office along with all of the tramadol that were arrested on the bus. Unfortunately, there was no cash turned over. To my utmost surprise, the following day was when I started to get information pertaining to money was found on the bus.
The whole deputy commander, they want to get him many drugs, then give him the cash.
Including the staff in the office, like the investigators and other members that were around. So it was so surprised the following day when we realized that money was found on the bus, but we did not know about the money. So that is my account on this identical situation.
Okay, so the agent arrested the boss, searched the boss, discovered the money and everything, called the deputy and not the OPS and turn the money over to the OPS. The OPS and the other commanders called the deputy commander, right, and turn only the drugs over and did not turn the money over. So on whose instruction? Why that actual agent went to the car and that actual agent decided to call the OPS, and the OPS came and took the bag and left, right? And then they called the deputy commander. They did not even disclose the money aspect to the deputy commander. We want to tell him about drugs. To your utmost surprise, the next day he hears say money being involved. Huh? Then how will you conceal? How will you people conceal it from me? I'm a senior man here. What next?
Investigation continue, taking a witness stand.
Okay.
Agent Simba, Commander, the SA, Office of the County Commander.
Listen to the SA. Man, who they call to do all the doctoring.
19 Thursday, I was sitting in the office when the county SDS, the county OPSD, and other officers was coming through the door with substances in Khartoum. So when they disclosed it, it was like tramadol, but then it was like 6:15 to 6:30. So when they displayed the substances, it was almost time for me to call fast. I asked for permission to my commander, to my deputy commander, because the commander and the operation were also very busy. When I asked, I called with the intelligence officer.
So the commander and the operation were working hand in hand.
So
and they closed the deputy commander and other people.
We were very busy on the car, so I asked for permission to my deputy commander so that I can go and call fast, because there were a few minutes to call him faster. He granted my permission that we shall left. When I came back, it was like after 10, I met 702, and the investigation was like concluded, and they took the suspect to town.
702, Patrick Comazo.
So that's how we alerted the office and we went home. The next day, came to the office, I received a call from the chief of operation that I should face the situation report. The headquarters is requesting for the situation report on the arrest made. So I prepared.
And the OPS now called it, man.
I know I should face the situation report where I should include the money. 100,000 were found in the back bed at the front seat. So I included the situation report and I sent it. And later he said I should make adjustment of 150,000, add enough 50,000 to the previous 100,000. And I sent the situation report And he told me, well, okay, that's how it stopped. The period to then, I never knew anything about money. I know nothing about money. I see no money until when he gave me a call to prepare the situation with me.
Are you trying to say that you are doing more than one situation report?
I did the first one, I sent it to him now, he the chief, the OPS, because the CEO phone was off. I tried calling him, I couldn't get to find out, but he said he will see you. So I sent it to him, he said, no, not this. Face another one, he sent it to me again that the money or phone is so bad, like he described the play like the phone see bad bed, 100,000. So I sent it to him personally. I don't know if it was from it or whatever. So I said it, he said, no, make it 150,000. So I was happy. I sent it to him personally. But the TC were here with me in the office when all that thing was done.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, so you listen to the SA account, folks? But then somebody say that, oh, nothing happened with the lady, nothing happened.
Investigation continue, Chief.
Special Agent James B. Jara, co-chairman on professional standard and Bread Enforcement Agency. In continuation of the investigation launched at the Bowater South concerning the arrest that was made on February 19th, in the office of the Chief of the Bread Immigration Service will not tell a part of the story as to what obtained that.
Listen to the LRS man, then we'll hold it there tomorrow. We'll continue.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Saxon Tambo, Commander of the Liberal Immigration Service and Chairman of the Joint Security. What I can explain about what happened that day, I went home, I changed, and I said I'll come back in the port. And they arrested the commodore. I went to the DA's office. Later on in the morning, I came, I heard that money were taken from the car. No money was explained to me about, to be honest. They didn't tell me about missing money. Nobody told us anything. The only thing I went in the office.
They concealed the whole thing among just the few people. The guy who saw the money in the car, came to the OPS. The OPS called the commander. From the commander to the 702.
Even the chief examiner wanted to take picture of the drugs, and there was a confusion there. OPS said she not take picture. You know, that's how they've been working here with us. And that's what I can tell you about. I don't know nothing. Normally, when such an arrest made, but all in the arrest, they displace it. But not this time around. This time around, no. We don't know about it. How about the member? I don't know. And some member saw them going in the car. And then the bag was in the car. And they took the bag from there and OP had it on his back. He and the commander went up the bag. That's all I can tell you about. I didn't see the bag. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. I heard you say. Okay. I heard you say some of the people that part of the Joint Security wanted to take photo, and they were allowed it. Custom wanted to take photo, and they were allowed it. Are you trying to tell the board that there is no coordination between our people and the Joint Security? They made that clear.
Of course. No school. It's the cooperation are there. Because
I said been that way, or you was with this team.
With the team that just came.
Under the team. But they asked me coordination.
Yeah. I mean, although when they raise a small drug, they don't come to my office to tell me. It's my business to poke into every business. Akwasi, or taking the truck to town. I don't know. That's all. I don't know.
I just want to follow for you, did any means, by any means, you heard about this money being arrested?
Of course. The next morning I came, they said 250,000.
Yeah.
In the night, the deputy for operation from the LDA came. I went here and I go to state. He came. And he wanted to carry the car and turn the person no. Don't do that. Don't work it out here. Keep the car and they take it away. And that's how he left.
In fact, you are going, you wanted to bring the whole car.
Patrick Thomas.
Yes.
Okay, you wanted to carry the car that night.
That night.
And who said no?
The NSA people don't know what to do here.
Okay, because you cannot be done that way yet.
Yes. Let the car go broadly.
Okay.
Yeah. That's all. And he listen to them, it's okay, then they come back. When they carry the suspect away.
During the time Patrick came, the deputy director for operation, when he came in, was there any chance by any means that he briefed the Joint Security that he can receive the suspect and money going?
Well, I was sitting here, but then I've left. But what I do know of, what they explained to me, when he came and put up $120 in the homework. He left. The suspect.
When they spoke about money.
He didn't talk about money, you know. I said, but 480 pounds of tomato, Patrick came for there. Wow. You know, different thing.
Okay, so you've listened to a few of the audios, folks. You be the judge. Because last evening, the deputy for administration called me. Ernest Tapek. And, instead of going, oh, Abu, nothing, no money got missing. But, there's some element in here that believe that DA belongs to them. So they don't want when the 13, he's giving it to this other person, giving it to the media, blah, blah. So the explanations are not even connecting and all of that. So I allow him, spoke, even talking everything, and there's nothing. So I asked a few questions that he couldn't even clear, giving me further reason to believe that there is, right, an attempt to conceal the fact. And for that to be coming from the senior management of the LDA is troubling, when they should be making effort, right, to uncover and reveal the facts around it. And to even be indicating that they cannot even go beyond certain things to get to the bottom, right? It is an expression of reluctance. Then we are asking, why are they reluctant about getting to the bottom of this and only hinting to the fact that, oh, the board job run away. That the man was out of getting the man run away. So what was it? The one that had that, yeah. So, Mr. President, there should be the third or fourth team that you've sent at the LDA. And all of the times that you've effected change at the LDA since assuming the office of the president has most times been informed by these kinds of unclear, shady management and dealings relative to drugs issues that cannot be properly accounted for. You all remember the one with the last team that happened with Koso at the airport? The scene where money being again, start changing here, blah, blah, people can get clear account. This is another matter before you, Mr. President. You need to act. We send people there to go and minister drugs enforcement, not to go and serve in any way as shield to suspect agents, drug lords, or money launderers. Absolutely not. So what informed the clandestine and removal of the money from the port to Monrovia without any full, open, and transparent disclosure? These are the basis of the media inquiry. That's all we want to know. So, Deputy for Operations Patrick Comazor have got a lot of questions to answer. Is it a regular pattern that whenever arrests are made at the border post, Patrick will go and receive it and bring it? If not, why in this particular instant that Patrick had to go there and receive the one and bring it to town? Now he had to take the NSA and other agents to say, no, you can't carry the car now. Right? I mean, come to think about it. How? So is it that he knew that this thing was coming? Or what? What happened? 0776-104-104-086-500-104 are the numbers to call. And of course, let's hear your view. Right? When they were coming, they said they were liberators. They were rescuers. But what we are seeing now is troubling. Packs and cartoons of tramadol and all kinds of deadly drugs are coming into the country. And in fact, money are being laundered through our borders. And then money can be accounted for properly. Money, let's hear you.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Abu, you think one of the blockers is just not being for the country? I'm surprised to hear that just the entering. So the comment to us that from the way of bringing trust, and from the way that there, why are we hearing about trust business? Abu, why are we hearing about trust? It's just never seen it. I'm not going to trust.
Okay, thank you very much. Morning, time is up. Someone to 5 calls and be out. Morning.
Yeah, my name is I'm calling from Mount Barkley.
Go ahead.
Abu, you know, the conscience belongs to every one of us.
Mm-hmm.
But there are certain people when they're not in power, they feel it's so clean. When we get them in power, the thing they can do, they can want the men out there. See how the country is going, anything the government is doing, they're running after them. What they did to the former president. Nobody cares, there's only people. The men government to tell the world, the men government was very bad government. And the folk just told the coming changes, so they did to get the command. Everybody all over the world. Trust is the good business money.
Okay, thank you very much. Good business morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, just for this level calling from if it is because this number 11.
Go ahead.
Abu, we are aware that people they don't want to bluffle the nation and take people. They're not fighting just because they know that the hurricanes, they're here in the joint business. The joint business in the country is supporting our children. They don't pass around with serene lying to people. Now they are start questioning the money again. We are surprised to hear that those people that were pressing stand back.
But they were not the money lost. Nobody know. The RG said that 150, the other man said that 250, and the authority is even defending. They no, that only 150. So the question is, where's the balance? $100,000. The drugs people can't show the $100,000.
They can't show it. They can't show. I know what happened when they give people position. They can use it wrongly. They men were pressing a feet down like he working. Yeah, now he messed up with it. Why are we doing so?
Okay. Thank you very much. Good morning. You're the second to the last caller.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Yeah, my name is Kaneki. I'm calling from Masari.
Go ahead.
Abu, yes, indeed, that money. A person out bringing that money will not lie. If you start to suffer with the money, that is the reason why they get away. But we say discussing why they put it. They should have been watching to see, that to attract drugs from coming into the country because they past government. So they should have put the mechanism in place. Wow. So just they can't have money, the men are bringing the money without lie on himself. So they can't have money.
Okay, thank you very much. Then imagine people wrapping money, hundreds of thousands in bag now, passing it through the border. Good morning. Let's hear you. You're the last caller.
Thank you for giving me the last caller. Samu Rasta once again on the dance name remain constant. So, but brother, nothing happened for us. But we are setting a living goal. Brother, today we are what they so called doing stuff. We are up to the border of bringing trust. They want to put us who are bringing trust. So they are some people here, even if we trust them, they have all the money, they all have what we are setting a living goal. We are going to continue to show themselves. And the first thing I was saying, we are yesterday that it was so lies.
Okay, thank you very much. So lies and all of that, but we keep asking, please, where is the money? LDA, Comanzo, Ernest Tappe, and why am I forgetting the LDA director? So is the question we are asking. We're not saying anybody, but y'all tell the money, because you should be much more interested in investigating instead of defending and saying, oh, that all the money there. How you know that was all the money? If you knew that was all the money, why you didn't declare the money at the border there, but you decided to conceal it and went for the money in the night and come back? It has to be a lot of noise before you say, oh, that only 150,000. So what the other 100,000? My name is Abu Sharif. The rescuers, those who came as liberators, they've turned to thieves and criminals. They're stealing from the country, stealing everywhere. And Liberia has turned not only to a drug transit point, but apparently becoming a hub for money laundering and all of these things. So it's important for the government to put a feet down and investigate this to the letter. My name is Abu Sharif. Until we see you tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
Ayo.